and no one's giving up because all your mates are in there and you're looking at you, and sort of like the army, you know. There's a lot of comparisons. Yeah. When you're a soldier, and when you're a fighter,
broken down, you get smashed.
Yeah, there you go.
And you get your self-worth, confidence, identity, all that sort of
exactly. So you know better because you've done both. So you can see the comparisons better than me. But from what I see, it's the exact same stuff.
How'd you get involved with Tony?
So then I'd had 1 or 2 fights through Danny.
On Clash of Warriors?
Maybe not even one. Maybe I had my first one. And then Kane, who was also training there at Danny's, was like, I'm going to do some extra sessions in the week at Platt Lane. Do you want to come down with me? And my uncle's going to do it. I said, sound, no worries. I was in it at that point, loved it. So
this is still amateur / semi-pro, not even thinking about getting paid?
This is 2008, yeah. And then that was it. I was just in it then. And then I just started training with Tony. And then, I mean, the rest is history. It's been there all the way up until today.
When did the decision to become a pro come?
Even that wasn't a big decision back then. It's not like, right, I'm turning pro.
What was your first pro?
A lot's going to change.
Was it on Blitz at the Ritz?
My first ever professional fight was in Doncaster. I fought a guy called, do you know Jordan Desborough? He actually lives in Manchester now. Yeah, he runs SBG now. I think Jordan was maybe 3-0 at the time, and I was just coming into my pros, and I fought him in Cumbria in some random show, and we had a good fight, to be fair. First round was pretty close. Second, I started to pull away a bit with the cardio, and I knocked him out towards the end of the second, but it was a good fight, and it was a good entrance to the pro game.
And there was no, I mean, what was the purse for that?
I'd be lying if it was probably, I don't know, I'll be completely guessing.
What, 100, 150 quid, 200 quid?
Something along them lines. Definitely not more than $1,000 anyway, put it that way.
When did was Bama the first big show you went on?
Bama, was it? I think so, yeah. I think Bama was my first, yeah, it was.
What was the difference in that and some of the smokers? Because I've seen you in some places where there's as many people in this room.
Yeah.
Some of them spots.
Oh, yeah. No, I had one fight in Leeds, I'll never forget it. It was in a pub. And I'm not joking, you know. It was like, they just cleared a few stools out the way in some old pub in Leeds. And I went and fought in it, and that was probably the roughest one I'd ever fought. And I was like, wow, this is mental.
Cage or a ring?
It was a ring. I fought some local Leeds guy, and I was like, what? Like, moody setup. So when you see Snatch, it looked like clearing like bar stools out the way in the middle of some old pub in Leeds. Yeah, it was bad.
I've just had a thought.
Go on.
Talk to me about Malia.
Oh yeah. That was another one. That was my second pro fight, I think, or third.
Is that on the record?
It's on there, yeah.
No, it's not.
It is. It was a proper fight. It was a proper fight with proper rules. It was mad. As mad as it sounds. So I'm in Mali. I'm on holiday. I've gone with the lads for a lads' holiday to celebrate winning my first pro fight. And a couple of days into the trip, some guy comes up to us on the beach. He's want to go and watch some cage fights, you know, handing out the flyers like they do. I said, oh, that sounds good. Why not? So we go down, and yeah, as I'm there was a pull out. You know, like, the main event's off or whatever. And I was with all my mates from like school and that. And I was like, shall I just do this for a buzz? And then they were like, well, we've been drinking all day on the beach. It's probably not a good idea. And I'm like, fuck it, it'll save the holiday, won't it? Let's get involved. So I went and got in. I had a little pair of pink beach shorts on. I mean, this is on YouTube. I'm so glad someone actually got some footage of this because they'd think you're lying. And stuck the gloves on, no gum shield, no nothing, no box.
The guy's a heavyweight as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, some big, thick Greek guy. I'll never forget. I was with Adam, though, to be fair.
He says thick, he was a fat dude.
Yeah, he was. he was. But he was strong in a weird way. It was a weird fight, but... So
also,
then
his job is clearly just battering tourists.
Yeah, so he met his match one day. One day the tourist that didn't go down, the Pistol Piggies guy didn't go down for once. And then I'm in the changing room warming up with Adam, and he comes in, he goes, who's Brent? Like, they speak in Greek, and then they all start pointing and laughing at me in my pink shorts. I thought, fuck that, like, I'm having this guy. Now, do you know what, to be fair, it wasn't a bad little fight. It was a pretty close first round. Second round was semi-close, and then he was getting more tired than me in a weird way. I thought, wow, I've been on the piss. I'm literally on the piss now. You know what I mean? And he started to get tired, and I remember the ref come up to me in between the second and third. I went, we're only doing 2 rounds now instead of 3. Just made it up mid-fight. So my mate goes, you better finish him in this round then, or you're not going to win the decision, are you?
Mm.
So then, yeah, finished him, mounted him, ground and pound. I just ran at him like a psycho because I thought, I'm not losing a fight here in Greece on my record, imagine. And then, yeah, beat him, and then that was it. That was 2-0 then. And then I remember ringing up my coach saying, oh, no way, I'm 2-0. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I've ended up fighting on holiday. And my mate's got it on his phone, like just a shit old phone from back then. He's like up and down with it. Do you know what I mean? So like you can't really see the footage, ain't the best, but it's hilarious. It's a great one to tell the grandkids, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad. It's a daft one. I'm going to fast forward, and we'll probably jump around a little bit here. Dana White Contender Series, massive pivotal moment. We spoke about this last week. Probably shouldn't have even been on the show. You and others actually probably should not have been on the show. You go on it, you get the win. Are you told going into this that if you win, you're pretty much in, and that's the sort of the gist of it?
I'd even like to rewind to my first ever letdown. My first ever real letdown was when I fought for the BAMMA World title. I got against a guy called Tom Duquesnoy, who was the golden child. I think he was 15-0 or something. I can't remember.
Was you undefeated at the time as well?
Yeah, and I got called to fight him in Dublin, in Ireland. So I moved to America 6 months. I'd been on the Ultimate Fighter already.
Was that with Dom?
It was. I'd already been on the Ultimate Fighter, which was a whole other story. But, you know, I went on the Ultimate Fighter at 20. Didn't really expect nothing. Ended up getting to the semi-final, losing a close fight on points to Norman, who won it. So I did very well on there. And
you was a late replacement in that?
Late replacement, yeah. I'd got called in literally. Can you fight in Australia tomorrow? It was. I was like, yeah, why not? And then just got on a 24-hour flight, as you do, and ended up fighting and won the fight. Got myself in the semis and then lost a close one to Norman. But I had no business being anywhere near the Ultimate Fighter at 20. I think I was 5-0. Norman Park was 23-2 or something. It was like a massive way, like.
Also a lot heavier as well.
Yeah, a lot heavier. Big unit. That's when I knew I wasn't a lightweight. I was never a lightweight anyway.